in this segment is the superintendent of the Central A&M School District, Sasha Young. Sasha, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you.
Well, glad to have you here today and talk a little bit about Central A&M schools and what's going on. We got you filled me in a little bit on the break there about some of those great things going on, but there was one thing in particular that I had seen that really struck a chord with me, and that was the national winner for the Scouting America Eagle Scout project is right out of Central A&M. His name is James Lee Jesse. I'm sure that is a great feeling for not only him and his family, but also for the school district as well. Sasha, what can you tell me about James Lee and his Eagle Scout project?
Sure. So James Lee came to the school board a couple of years ago and asked for permission to work this Eagle Scout project out of our cafeteria, actually. So the idea of the project was that James Lee is born. He was born in Haiti, and his goal was to raise money to pack food and meals to ship to Haiti. So he ended up raising $35,000 for this project, and then gathered up people, volunteers, classmates, community members to come in and help him on a weekend packing all of these meals to be able to ship them. So he raised the money, he bought the food, he packed the meals, and sent all of that to his homeland, which is Haiti. So it was kind of a huge undertaking. The community, his family, everyone kind of got behind him, and what a heart, right? He just amazing heart. He's an active student, great at academics. He's involved in our sports programs, just an all-around good kid. So we could not be more excited to be able to celebrate him and his achievement with Eagle Scout Project of the Year.
Yeah, it's an amazing honor to be the national winner. I mean,
yes.
It's pretty unbelievable and very, very cool that it comes from a small hometown type of community like Assumption, like Moweaqua. And so I just think the world of that. And so I appreciate you filling me there and listeners in there as well. And so hopefully we get some other things up about him. I'd love to maybe even see if he would potentially come onto the show here as well to talk a little bit about it. We'll see if we can't manage to make something like that happen. Sasha, for you guys and some other things going on in the school district, you had mentioned to me kindergarten screening that is going to be taking place very, very soon. What can you tell me there?
So our kindergarten screening is actually happening today, and we have been spreading the word for about a month now. Our registration and signups is kind of down compared to this year, but we do have a pre-kindergarten program in our school district. So a lot of our students who are coming into kindergarten, we really know about. We know they're in either our pre-kindergarten or in a couple of other pre-kindergartens in the area. And so we're expecting, we kind of know where they are academically, but the kindergarten screening are for those kiddos that we might not know, right? We don't have them in our pre-kindergarten program, or they're new to the area, and they spend time with our kindergarten teachers as well as our preschool director, and we just get to know the kids. We spend a little time with them at the First Baptist Church in Moweaqua. Any student who's going to be 5 before September 1st is eligible to come and be screened and get some feedback on what kindergarten could potentially look like, for their students. So it's always an exciting day. Our staff walks away with lots of information about students, and it just helps us plan for kindergarten. There have been times when we have needed 4 sections of kindergarten because of the enrollment numbers coming in. And last year we only needed 3 because our numbers were a little bit down. But if you know anything about elementary school, it seems to be that there are waves of high attendance grades and then low attendance, right? It goes in a cycle. And so really it just helps us make some staff decisions as well as curricular decisions, and helps us plan and schedule what kindergarten could look like before we actually start kindergarten. So it's an important day, and lots of fun is had from both the student standpoint and the staff standpoint.
So it sounds like too that parent involvement is probably fairly necessary as well, just to kind of get an idea of who the student is as well. Do you do some of that with the parents as well, where you kind of give them some informational packets or anything like that, that kind of lets them know what their child will be undertaking as well with kindergarten?
Sure, yeah. So part of the screening process is for the parents to bring in like the birth certificate, the immunization records, anything that they have that the student may have, had from like a pre-kindergarten situation, or some daycares also have like a pre-kindergarten section of their day. And so bringing all of that in and giving us a picture of the student, then our staff can give the parents information about what else they may need to have for kindergarten, if they need to have a physical or a dental exam, or all of the things that will help a parent feel prepared to send their child to kindergarten in August. Yeah.
You would much rather know now than about a week before school starting. And so it's beneficial for obviously students and staff, but then the parents as well. And so
Sure.
that will be taking place today, kindergarten screenings, and getting an idea for how many kindergartners that we will just have.
Yeah, it just helps everyone feel more prepared. And if we need a fourth section of kindergarten because our numbers are great, that's a great problem to have. So it's just something that we could prepare for, as well as have that person ready to go and give the teacher the preparation they need as well. So
it's exciting. That's your new crop of cam raters. So I mean,
it is, yes. The early kindergarten raters are. It's exciting to welcome new raters to Central A&M, and even if they've been with us in pre-kindergarten, it's still an exciting time. There's nothing like the first day of kindergarten. So.
And unfortunately, I don't remember mine very well, but I look back on kindergarten pretty fondly, especially the nap time. Still wish we might have had something like that.
We do not have nap time anymore. But yeah, we all kind of have our memories of kindergarten and what that was like. And we want everyone to make it an enjoyable day. If we can give the parents information early so that they're comfortable bringing their child who may have been with them for the past 5 years and they've never had to share. It's kind of a big deal too. So we just want everyone coming into kindergarten feeling like they're ready and they were equipped with everything they needed to make it a great first day.
And a great way to do it with the kindergarten screening that is taking place today. Another great thing that has been introduced, and apparently fairly recently, is a new mental health resource, new student mental health resource. Obviously, mental health and its awareness has gone up greatly. And so now it sounds like you're trying to get ahead of the curve as much as possible. What can you tell me on that front and the work that's being done?
Sure. So in the fall, there was this new online resource that became available, and I heard about it through an ROE meeting. It's called Cartwheel, and my counselors were super interested in what that could be and what that could do for our student body as well as for our parents. So Cartwheel is a virtual mental emotional health provider. It has no wait list access. So if a student is referred to this program, they could be referred to all kinds of therapies, including counseling. There's medical evaluation and management. There is family therapy or individual therapy. And there's access to psychiatry and psychology. There's all kinds of mental health and emotional health supports within this virtual program. So when we became interested in this program, I reached out to ROE 11 and Kyle Thompson, and he was able to partner with our school district to help cover the cost of Cartwheel for our district. So there was a grant available. He allowed us to petition for that grant, and we won the grant, which was great. So we have this program for our students, and in talking with our counselors, it's really an immediate support, and that's what we loved about it, because if you know anything about the medical field or like the emotional health field, everything seems to be wait lists, or it kind of takes a long time to get to see a specialist when you might be having kind of a mental health crisis. So this is one of those types of programs that my counselors can refer a kid to, and then someone immediately will get back to that family. And they can support the parent, they can support the student. They work with the families as far as like if there's an insurance program that they want to run all of this through. It accepts different kinds of insurance. It accepts private pay if you don't have insurance. So it's an amazing resource. I know much more now than I did in the beginning, but I'm so thankful that we took the leap to try this. There are schools in our area who are also using Cartwheel, but up until we jumped in, it was mostly larger schools with bigger enrollments. So I know Decatur Public Schools is using. I know that Clinton Community 15 is using it. But I think it's so unique that a district our size can access this resource. Mm-hmm. And we're so grateful that the ROE was able to partner with us to do that. So it didn't fall 100% on the school district to cover the cost. So.
And Sasha, it sounds like you would have probably fronted that cost if need be, but it's always much easier when you get that grant and when you get that help on that end as well. And just an important thing in today's society, and teaching kids young. That's to me a big piece of that as well. That therapy doesn't have to be this scary thing. It's more or less to help you and get through whatever mental health situation that you are in. Well, right now I am joined by Superintendent Sasha Young for the Central A&M School District. We're talking about all types of different things: Eagle Scout projects, kindergarten screening, and a new student mental health resource. We're going to come back around and talk a little bit about what's left of this school year when we return on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM. The big Sandy's rising, sound the alarm.
On the heels of deadly floods, eastern Kentucky and West Virginia are left devastated. Lives have been lost, homes and businesses swept away, and families are struggling to survive. But in the face of unimaginable loss, there's a way to help. Pike County Flood Relief is there, providing hope where it's needed most. Your tax-deductible donation can help deliver food, shelter, and the support needed to rebuild lives. These families have lost everything, but with your help, they can heal. Go to PikeCountyFloodRelief.org right now to make your donation. Every dollar helps. Every act of kindness counts. Together, we can heal the heart of these communities. Pike County Flood Relief. In their darkest hour, your light can make all the difference.
God deliver us.
Springfield Clinic Taylorville is proud to offer a wide range of specialty services, bringing expert care directly to our community. Here's Dr. Bobby Gill with more information.
At Springfield Clinic Taylorville, we are committed to providing access to specialized care close to home. So whether you need care for cardiology, orthopedics, dermatology, or any other specialty, we've got you covered.
For more information on the specialty services available at Springfield Clinic Taylorville, or to schedule an appointment, call their team today at 217-287-8855.
Taylorville schools promote student success because Taylorville schools are A+. This is Superintendent Brandy Bruley inviting you to find out all the great things happening with our students and staff when we sponsor the Taylorville Schools Good News segment the first Thursday of each month at 8:40 during the WTIM morning show. You'll hear from students, staff, and administration about how we promote student success every day. Listen for our Good News segment each month on the WTIM morning show, and go Tornadoes.
This is Dwayne Wheeler, the police chief of the city of Taylorville. As a law enforcement officer, I've seen the impact that depression and suicide have on many people. Many times, those contemplating suicide endure considerable suffering and distress, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. You can call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That is 1-800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help you. Thank you.
Carl Krumsick here from Krumsick Monument Company in Taylorville, Illinois. Find out the many services we provide by clicking our icon on the obituaries page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Blaine Cornwell with Prairie State Insurance. To learn more about our products and services, click our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining me is Sasha Young, superintendent with the Central A&M School District. We talked a little bit about a national winner for the Eagle Scout project with Scouting America, kindergarten screening, and new student mental health resources through Cartwheel. But now we only have about 24 days left of the spring semester, and we just wrapped up standardized testing. Sasha, how'd that go on your end, and what how busy was it during that week for you guys?
Well, I think it goes about as well as it can, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you do standardized testing, there's all kinds of tech kinks and things that you have to work through. And with the switch from SAT to ACT, that brought its own new difficulties and things with platform changes and whatever. But I'm confident that our students did the best they could on the days that they tested. So our elementary students do the Illinois Assessment of Readiness, IAR, and select grade levels also take the Illinois Science test. So both of those things usually take a couple of weeks. So most of the end of March or the beginning of April was dedicated to taking those standardized tests, but not taking too many on one day, because you want kids to do their best and feel their best and be ready for those. So we spread them out. The Illinois Assessment of Readiness was also given to our middle school kids, and I heard feedback from their administrator that they did amazingly well. Everyone, just kind of put all of their energy into showing how smart they are and what they know here at Central A&M. And of course, our high schoolers, we do 1 or 2 days of testing. And when we did, one test, we allowed the seniors to take kind of a job shadowing type of day where they're not required to be at school that day. They can go and job shadow, or if they do come to school, there are activities there to participate in. And one of our teachers, Todd Rourke, actually did a culinary lesson. He owns Rourke's Pork out of Mowequa, and he showed the students how to use the grill to cook the meat that he uses, that he sells out of his food truck. And so then they all got to taste test and whatever. So it's kind of our way of handling state testing is to make it as comfortable and relaxed. We don't want our kids to be stressed about it, because we know that they won't work at their best if they're worried about it. So we try to pepper in some fun things and some interesting learning experiences for them while they're state testing, so it takes the pressure off,
Yeah. And with less than a minute to go here, Sasha, I want to leave the floor to you on just how little time there is left in the spring semester and with spring sports that are being played right now. What can you tell me there?
Well, we have middle school track, high school softball, high school baseball. Everything is going really well. Our girls soccer team is doing well in the co-op with Meridian. So yeah, it's a full swing. We have 24 days left, and everyone is working hard, playing hard, and learning. For sure.
And you get to the point now in the semester where it's, you want to end on a high note, but you're also, you got some wear and tear on you, whether you're students and staff a little bit.
Yeah, we're all ready for a little summer break for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. And I will say that taste testing some Rourke's Pork does not sound too bad to me either, when it came to some standardized testing.
Sounds like a win.
I can imagine that felt pretty good for others. And then the job shadowing too, I think, is super cool piece. Well, joining me in this segment was Sasha Young, superintendent of the Central A&M School District. Sasha, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. And we will have her back around here soon, and maybe even at the start of next school year. We'll just have to wait and find out. But you're listening to WTIM and your morning show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. More to come on WTIM.
WTIM.
Statute, the Justice Department is taking Maine to court. The state targeted for refusing to ban transgender athletes from girls and women's sports.